My name is Jacob Pitts, and I will be doing my persuasive speech on why college athletes should be paid. We live in a very easy lifestyle. We have very many luxuries that we take for granted every day. College athletes do not get that luxury of what we have all the time, every day. And all the free time we have, we get automatic dishwashers, iPhones, everything you can think of. Just the little things that we don't think about that other people don't get. They wake up early morning, every morning, go to their lifting sessions to train and lift, go to a number of classes, and then go to a 3 to 4 hour practice just to go back straight to their dorm. And to do their homework, and just to repeat the same process the next day, and the next day, and the next day, until game day. This does sound like a lot, but do you notice that I didn't even include eating, resting, or even a social life? So where do you fit all that into this? How do these athletes gain? What do these athletes gain in return? Do they receive some of the millions of the money that NCAA makes? No, they are paid in scholarships, meaning not a single dollar of all the funds that the NCAA has is not put in their pocket. What happens if your sport overcomes your academics and you are facing flunking or even failing a class? Then you are facing the being kicked out of class and being kicked out of the institution, meaning you would not be able to participate in your sport anymore. Corporate companies thrive off the athleticism and marketing these athletes bring. There is 12 major sponsors that market with the NCAA. A few are Coca-Cola, Infinity, and Capital One Bank. In 2013, Coca-Cola renewed their partnership deal for a large sum of money at $13 billion. $13 billion, and not one single dollar went into any athlete's pocket. The only reason they did this is so they can have a small ad of time of 30 seconds in and between games. During the March Madness tourney, it will cost you roughly $700,000 for a 30-second ad campaign. $700,000 for 30 seconds of your time. Think about how many commercials are aired during this tourney. That is a large sum. And being senior throughout the tournament, the whole time, paying it $700,000 for the 2 weeks that it's on, is very much. The huge amount of money that is being made off these athletes is very questionable on why they are not being paid, even though they risk they put on their body every single day to entertain us. Is paying athletes and scholarships enough, you may ask? Well, college athletes do receive a little more than your normal and traditional students. They don't pay for tuition because most of them are on scholarships. They receive book stipends, meaning they do not pay for most of their books. And the best thing is they are not expected to pay any of this back. It might be a little fair sounding to traditional students, but if you think about what they do every day, it's about equal. But you may ask yourself, what happens if they suffer a severe injury, such as an ACL tear? That is every athlete's worst nightmare. People paying athletes would be just too difficult, is what they say. Football and basketball are where most of the NCAA's money is made. And trying to decide where that money goes and to which players and to which sport would just be too difficult. Also, choosing which sports would also raise red flags in many sponsors and consumers. For example, if Coca-Cola just won their ad on football and basketball, and the athletes want to be paid for that sport with that ad, they might pull it, and that Coca-Cola puts a lot of money into the NCAA, and that would be less money into the NCAA's pockets, but a little more into the athletes' pockets. So it's a 50-50. There's very many advantages and disadvantages to paying these athletes. But even if the NCAA decided to take on the idea, there's no way of finishing it. On average, the NCAA makes over $1 trillion, $1 trillion, off these televised sporting events with their athletes. The coaches alone make a $6 billion salary combined, every year, average. All this money comes from corporate sponsors, marketers, and consumers. So why is everyone else getting a share except those people actually doing the work and putting the hurt on their body? Consumers say the athletes should be able to sign private deals like with franchises like Under Armour or even Nike. They should be able to appear on TV shows or even be able to participate in their local car dealership ad. Anything that put money in their pockets. These are things that could really benefit the athlete. In my closing statement, I urge you to be more aware of what these athletes go through. on a daily basis and how the NCAA is treating these various athletes and companies. The NCAA is not just a title, it is a franchise, and with a franchise comes a lot of money. Trying to be more than a consumer, try to have a voice on this topic and this decision and try to help make a positive change. Thank you.